It's delish.
But again, we said it 6 times during that fight. Judges have a hard job.
The undefeated Rocky Marciano.
It's really, really hard.
It's hard. I would not want to do it. Absolutely not want to do that. No. I remember for USA Boxing, they had officials clinic I went to, and they showed a match. And they're like, all right, who do you think won? Half of them picked blue, half of them picked red. It's like, you can't, it's just so hard.
How about from Malden's own, Dangerous Dana Rosenblatt?
Dangerous Dana Rosenblatt.
Yeah.
Dangerous Dana Rosenblatt.
I just met him before when we walked in.
You know, I would like to meet him. I haven't met him yet. And I'd like to Dana, if you're here, you're not listening to this. But I want to meet Dana Rosenblatt. Let's make that happen, people.
Yeah. What do we got next? Shea Wilcox?
Yeah. We got Anthony
Andreozzi and Sheniell next?
Andreozzi and Sheniell.
Wow.
Thank you for pronouncing that for me.
Special New England light heavyweight title fight.
Yep.
Coming first, the undefeated bearded wonder,
The bearded wonder.
Rodriguez.
Let's go, Sheniell. So Sheniell is a teammate of mine and a friend of mine. I'm going to try my best to not be biased.
It is so hard to not be biased.
Equally, I'm a huge fan of Tony Andreozzi and Bernardo Boxing in general. Awesome gym, great coaches. Tony fights everybody on earth. This is going to be a hell of a fight. And a wonderful challenge for both opponents to take. This is what it's all about.
Let's see the records here. Nice. I was talking with Sheniell before. Sheniell, first of all, he's such a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Very good dude.
Real personable, really good guy. Just a good dude.
Until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
And he's excited about this fight.
Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
This walkout music's freaking me out.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was actually an announcement. I thought there was an Amber Alert out or something. What's going on?
Yes, I'm a little freaked out at the moment.
Mike's Collision with great representation, big sponsor for Sheniell, great guys. So, Sheniell, right now, I've seen pretty much all of his walkouts in his career. And he's usually doing front flips, back flips, kissing babies, shaking hands. He's dialed in right now. This is the most focused I've seen him entering a ring. This is about him and his performance, I think. It's not about smiling and waving and winking and everything else. He's very focused right now. This is a different version of him than I've seen.
Huh.
He's wearing Pro Team X's too. Good puncher glove.
Yeah, those are a puncher's glove.
Yep.
Those are like a different version of sort of like Cleaner Reyes.
Yep.
Their title makes
anything with the word Mex or made in Mexico or Mexican anything is going to hurt someone.
Yeah.
In this
funny.
sport.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent now making his way to the ring. Please welcome the former Massachusetts middleweight champion, Anthony, the Gentle Savage, Andreozzi.
So here comes Tony.
So this will be like, I think, one of the first times that Sheniell has height advantage.
He does have the height advantage here.
So, which will also probably the reach advantage.
And Tony
looks ready, sweaty.
And I don't mean this to be in an insulting way, and I don't want him to take it this way. But in almost every matchup he's been in, optically, he looks lesser. He's not like big chiseled 8-pack abs, giant muscle. But this dude is as tough as they come.
The word too is he.
He is as tough as they come.
I think he has most of his fights. There are cuts, and the word is that he comes in with his head a lot.
He's aggressive. He's an aggressive fighter.
So that we should watch for headbutts.
He's an aggressive fighter. He's well trained. Bernardo Boxing. in Fall River. A great school of boxers there.
Yeah, but Bernardo's a great dude.
Aaron
great
Bernardo in the
coach.
corner. I want to say that's one of the Nineveh brothers. I think he's more of the MMA guy. His other brother's a pro boxer. But Tough as Nails kid as well. He fought at Fenway recently in an MMA fight. Or not Fenway. It was,
Same gloves, Pro-Max.
yeah, Pro-Max. You got to buy 2 pairs if you bring your own. You do. It's a rule.
Is it really?
Yeah, you can't have advantage in gloves. So if you decide you want to bring your own, and bro, Jahe Brown stopped by the booth. Whoever wants to, but you got to give the option for the second. Let's go, bro. How you doing?
Introducing first, boxing out of the blue corner to my right. He's wearing white with yellow trunks and weighs in a tremendous 175 pounds. Undefeated as a pro, 5 victories.
Sheniell looks
No
good.
defeats, 1 draw, with all of his wins coming by way of knockout. He comes to us from Bolton, Massachusetts. Please welcome Sheniell, the bearded wonder, Rodriguez.
It's funny, I was looking at Sheniell's swag, like the T-shirts,
His
and there's a
opponent
picture of
across the ring.
him on the thing. It's a
Boxing out of
cartoon.
the red
He
corner
is
to my
just
left.
as cut and
Wearing
jacked
the solid
as
white
the
trunks.
cartoon
Yeah.
version
And
of
weighing
him.
in
Well,
at
so
174
Sheniell,
pounds.
I don't know why he keeps doing it to himself, but he cuts a decent amount of weight, and he rehydrates really, really well.
A 2-division champion in this state.
This is a title fight.
This is a title fight.
Now, what you'll notice, I don't know if you've called a Tony fight before or seen him fight
Have
before.
not.
You like awkward.
Yes, I love awkward.
Welcome to
Okay.
Unique and Awkward,
I'm excited.
not in a gimmicky way.
Right.
And that's the thing, is he's very calculated and intelligent about the way he changes what he does. Again, a casual fan would say, this guy's doing crazy stuff, he's switching stances. He is very, very, very intelligent, very well calculated, very well learned and educated in the game. And you'll see a bunch of different stuff here. And he is as tough as they come.
Okay. I love awkward, so I'm excited. And I like a good Sheniell fight. This is one of those I'm just looking forward to it. All right, here we go. Comes out southpaw.
It's a great body jab to start.
Right? You're gonna love a good body jab to start. All right, so that looks like it could be a thing.
Yep. Now I think Sheniell needs to stick to his jab and remain a boxer this whole fight.
Yes.
And I've seen folks fight against Tony before, and that's really, really challenging. Sometimes the way he switches stances and does things a little bit unique. He last fought Andrew Perez on a different promotion, and it was an absolute bloodbath. Yeah, he wears the ankle cut shoes. I forget the brand, but he wears those in most of his fights.
I like his lead hand work. I like the awkwardness of it.
You know, here's one thing to just mention about this matchup is that it's an 8-rounder. Not only has Sheniell never been scheduled to do 8, but I'm not sure he's been past the 3rd round with his power and stopping people. So that has a lot to do with this fight. And Tony's been the distance a few times. He's gone to decision a few times. He's been on both sides of decisions. I think he's drawn out at least once before. There's something to be said about that experience, and we'll see how Sheniell is able to, control his emotions and control his gas tank, if you will, throughout an 8-round fight. In waters he's never been in. I think he's intentionally doing a good job of that right now.
I like what I see so far. The control. It looks like he's controlling the pace of play. I like he just had a nice 1-1-2 to the air, which I always like air punches as a way to occupy space and keep the opponent at that distance.
The one thing I fear in this prep for the distance is you sometimes you give away rounds. You just kind of forfeit them.
Yeah.
I'm a huge proponent of giving away the first round. Pretty sure I just give everybody my first round no matter what. For that reason, because it's like a feeling out round.
Yep.
In an 8-rounder, it's okay. So I think he has some space here, but at a certain point, you have to win a round, and you have to win some rounds. So
right.
I don't like 2 hands out like that from Sheniell in a defensive position because he's losing a defensive weapon.
So he put the hands behind the back.
So these guys are friends too. That's the cool
Right.
part. Like they communicate on social media and stuff respectfully, no BS. But as I said, in the last fight with Fugon, I find Tony to be the aggressor right now,
Yes.
and I enjoy that and appreciate that in this moment. And I think that he's going to go ahead and win this first round, in my opinion, because of that.
Nice tie-up.
That's part of Tony's game. Sheniell needs to keep his head, much like Eric Goff did earlier. You know, there's people who, what's the best way to put this? They thrive in madness.
Okay. Yeah.
And I find Tony, from a boxing perspective, he likes when it gets messy. And I think other people like when it stays tactical and technical.
Yeah.
And I think that in order for Sheniell to be at advantage, he needs to stay out of the madness, which is where, you know, the eye of the storm is where Tony does well. And I think for Tony to be advantageous, he needs to keep the madness coming and keep it going, you know?
It's sort of like Batman and the Joker.
Correct. Yeah, some people just like to see the world burn.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tony, but no, I'm just kidding.
No.
No, but honestly, he does really well in those moments that would give people a hard time, where, you know, some fighters would be reaching for the clinch or whatever. Those are areas that he's really and he's, again, some people may think it sounds insulting. It's not an insult. It is documented and calculated and intelligent the way Tony fights, the way he operates. Sheniell just taking that thing right off the bathroom floor and throwing it right back in his mouth.
Love that. See, I think Sheniell has got it, like you said earlier. Sheniell's got to work that jab.
I think you're seeing more of it in this round too.
I think that's just going to be, especially at the height and the reach advantage, work that jab.
But see, Andreozzi, like, good rear punch slips into the neutral stance or to the orthodox stance, goes right back to southpaw. Like, that stuff's hard to deal with in full speed.
Yeah.
And when you're the one who does it, it's easier for you to manage in that moment. When you're the one who doesn't see that a lot, it's harder, right?
Nice right hand from Sheniell. You know, we're in that same sort of optical position of watching Tony keep the center of the ring, coming forward, but he gives Sheniell opportunities. Like he'll do some work and then he'll start to back away, giving Sheniell an opportunity to come forward.
I think for Sheniell to be advantageous during these wide punches by Andreozzi, I think he needs to be more linear on his counters, straight down the middle, rather than wide for wide. I think Tony's a little bit better in the wide punch game, and I think Sheniell needs to keep his punches straight.
Well, I think too, with Sheniell being it's right there down the middle. He should be just shooting down the middle.
I wonder if Tony will throw this punch at some point in the fight. I assume he will. He throws this uppercut where his body goes pretty much parallel to the ground somehow. He like bends at his waist and his hips, and he slides this uppercut at such a tremendous angle, and it catches every single person he throws it on.
Oh.
It's really it's like a punch that you can't really teach. You just have to wanna and be able to throw it, and he throws it incredibly well.
It's funny.
When it happens, you'll see it. You'll notice it right away.
I'm watching his footwork, and it's if you look from the waist. If you look from the waist up, it looks like his footwork is shoddy. If you watch his feet, he's got good footwork.
Yeah, he does. He does.
But the upper body and lower body don't match. It's just it's interesting. I like this kid.
And he's another one.
Nice little lateral movement there.
Tony's another one. He fights anybody. I'm pretty sure his pro debut was against a guy with like 10 wins, right? Like, and he's fought undefeated dudes before. He's fought for belts.
Sheniell's got his hands full with this guy.
Yep. I don't know. I think maybe 1-1. I think I could give that to Sheniell. I think he lost the first and won the second.
I think he lost the first and the second round, yeah. I really, I gotta say, I like what Anthony's doing. I like how he has moments where he hits that sort of serial killer,
Yep.
like stalking and slow motion, and then speeds up.
I think Andreozzi and his team see something here in Southpaw because he hasn't
Yeah.
switched a ton.
Yeah. He only switches momentarily. Then he makes a decision to go back to southpaw. So I think you're right.
But I've seen him spend majority of fights in orthodox before, right? So there's something here that they're seeing from Sheniell that would suggest staying and remaining in southpaw for the duration, or at least the majority right now.
Which is interesting because you think with most orthodox fighters like jabbing and moving to their left. Most orthodox fighters are terrible at moving to their right. So the movement advantage you would think Sheniell would have moving to his left. Work the jab, move left. Work the jab, move to your left. 1-3, 1-3.
Yeah. You know, I think at a certain point, one of these guys has to take the fight. I think it's very, very even, which is wonderful and awesome from a spectator's perspective. But in order to have a clear-cut victory here, somebody's got to turn the tide, if you will. You're leaving. I think you end up leaving too much in the judges' hands. And I mean, listen, the last fight, me, you, and the 3 judges at ringside all had something different. That hurt him.
Yeah.
But Tony's tough as balls. Look at, like, he's just
Tony's
so
tough
nails.
as balls, but you know, Sheniell has what Tony Atlas calls the great eraser.
Yeah, of course.
So he's got this power, and he's able to. He had 2 bad rounds. Well, not bad rounds. He lost the first round, lost the second round. A punch like that erases those
100%.
2. And then it's just all Sheniell.
That was a good straight left hand by Tony there in the mix.
But like you said, Tony, if Tony's got that kind of chin,
he does. I mean, I want to say he was dropped versus Jameer Jones, but he also broke his ankle on the step. So it looked like a flat line drop the dude, but he popped up and couldn't stand on his ankle. So to say which one came first.
There's that right hand again.
But look, he just owns it.
I like he owns it. He smiles, but not that smile of like, yeah, that hurt me. That's a legit smile.
But here's the thing, Sheniell is looping that right hand a touch. So even though it is landing and even though it is hurting Tony to a certain degree, it's still being caught. So it's still being muffled a little bit by his good defense. See it right there. I would love for Sheniell to, with the same force and intention, to throw that straight down the pipe.
Yeah.
Right at the chin, right at the neckline, the chain line, if you will, and let it land clean and flush. Tony's magnificent. This footwork right now really is.
Yeah.
Just fight. Sheniell complained about the headbutt. It's gonna happen.
That's a big thing that Tony does from what I've heard is that he does headbutt.
He's just an aggressive fighter.
Yeah.
He's not like.
I'm not saying I don't know that he does it purposefully. Just before the news.
I think that's a Sheniell round.
Yeah, I agree. That's a Sheniell round. I'm gonna track. All right, I got 2-1 so far.
I have it 2-1 the other way. I have Sheniell in the second.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not.
Oh no, I have Sheniell in the second. I have first round Tony, Sheniell second and third.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, I got.
We're gonna never agree in our entire lives, so whatever. I love that ring camera. It's a good view.
That is a good view.
Now they're trading. It's about the halfway point. Coming up on it.
Nice. That was beautiful uppercut into a hook. That was very nice.
He's 1 to 2 punches at a time though right now. And then there's big lulls and 1 to 2 punches and big lulls and 1 to 2 punches. Whereas Tony's a little bit more aggressive or active,
Maybe not as painful, but
No,
active.
but Tony's definitely more active.
That's a good hook.
Definitely having the busier hands. And even if he's not like these little punches, they're not designed to score or hurt.
Yeah.
But they're coming.
I misspoke, by the way. Sheniell has gone the distance one time, his lone draw to Leo Ladera.
Okay.
6 rounds. That was my mistake.
Let's go, Enrico.
He spent some time orthodox there and has now since switched back to southpaw.
Orthodox.
Yep.
Southpaw.
Quick step to southpaw, yeah. And it's so fluid the way he does it. It's really impressive. Nice body.
Ooh, body shot.
Now I think he throws that 1 or 2 more times and then changes to the head. I would have loved to see him prep that a little bit more. Tony quick switch to southpaw to catch against it. He's seeing something with that right hook to the body.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's definitely seeing something. Well, he keeps landing it.
Yep.
So clearly it's available.
Nice uppercut in the lead there by Andreozzi. There it is. There's a big lulls in between punches though right now, and there's
It's funny. I'm trying to understand Sheniell in these moments.
Yeah.
High horns guard is always excellent.
I think it's fatigue, to be honest with you.
In the 4th round.
And I think it's because he's throwing a lot with every punch.
Okay.
And, I think it'd be nice for him to get back to his jab a little bit here in the next round. He had success there, but that success is because of how busy he was early. He's had success with these right hands, these big power shots. I mean, it's a long way to go. He's got a whole nother fight here.
I give that one to Tony as well.
I think that's Tony Round's phone. So I have it 2-2.
Yeah, well, I have it. Yeah, I'd like to see more jabs from Sheniell.
Yep.
But Sheniell always pulls things out in the end. He always pulls it out in the end. He always figures something out, and he always figures out the win. So I think, but this time, this is different. Like, the opponent's very different. I would say in all the Sheniell fights that I've seen, I think this is his hardest opponent.
For sure, without question.
And Tony just looks relaxed, calm, like he's having a good Friday night.
This guy he likes this chaotic world. He likes it.
Yeah.
He's fought Bernard Joseph, who I fought, Julian Baptiste, who I fought. He's fought James Perkins,
Jameer Jones.
How do you do against Baptiste?
He lost to Baptiste.
How?
Huh?
How?
I want to say it was distance decision. I could check it right now.
Well, I guess I'm not so like. I guess that's an off.
I didn't watch the fight.
Okay, yeah,
I don't know the exact.
I'm curious.
Yeah. Oh no, he beat Julian.
Okay,
he beat Julian majority decision. Yep. Sorry, I misspoke.
No.
He beat Julian Baptiste. He beat Ryan Clark, who's a tough out. He beat Kyle Cusick. We were on the same card for that fight.
See, Sheniell, again, he's doing the right. Look at that. Look at that outside. Sheniell's getting the outside foot position, landing that right hand. He's doing all the right things. But there's something about Tony that you miss those things. Miss it not in terms of like that.
Yeah.
It's just as an observer, you don't notice it as much.
And Tony's comfortable right now. He's comfortable in his punches, and I think it's because there's long lulls between punches for Sheniell.
That's what I don't understand from Sheniell.
And now he's getting back to the jab. See, this is where
that's what I want to see.
This is where he should be.
There we go. Yeah.
He should throw 600 more jabs to end this fight. And let Tony do some thinking. And
that
Tony's
1-1-2 was beautiful.
Yeah. Tony's fighting brilliantly right now. This is a masterclass on educational fighting and really using his brain. Having a game plan and applying the game plan. This is very impressive.
So what is his game plan?
He's right out of range. He's touch and go, touch and go, touch and go. And then when he wants to make madness, he makes madness. He doesn't respond to the madness. He makes the madness. At least that's what it looks like from here.
I dig that, and I'm writing that down. He makes the madness. I'm writing that down.
Oh, in hieroglyphics, too. Nice. Good job.
Thank you, Rico.
Sheniell, I will say, is starting to settle in and box a little bit more now. He's a little bit over his front foot.
Yeah, he's a little over the
with
front
his
foot.
with his head and his upper body, from what I see. I'd love to see more than 2 punches at a time from Sheniell. 2, 3, 4, 5 punches. They don't all have to be killers.
And Tony was
is
just orthodox for a little longer than I've seen him orthodox.
But Tony is just putting that jab there all fight. Like that's it's just annoying. It's challenging to deal with. It's good to set up other punches.
But it's neat. He's staying out of range. Like you said. Good.
Now Sheniell moves to southpaw.
Could Sheniell fight southpaw?
He's trained southpaw before. It's obviously not as comfortable, but he can, yeah. Worth noting, Sheniell is cornered tonight by Mark Nolan and KB Corey Brown, 2 of the best in the game.
50-50 raffle. Check out the 50-50 raffle at the front entrance. We also have merchandise.
I don't even know how to score that round.
T-shirts and
It's a tough one.
sweatshirts. And don't forget to check out Kids Cornered. Get a free sample
So,
of Billy's Iron
to your point
Strength.
earlier,
Taste the
we are now turning the corner on, quote unquote, the championship-ish rounds, right? We're at 6 of 8, 7 and 8 really truly are the championship rounds, right? It seems like, and I've never sparred or been punched by Tony in my life, so this is just an assumption based on what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Only Sheniell has the equalizer, the great fight ender in these later rounds. And also, Tony looks a little bit more fit for the volume in these later rounds. So we'll see how that plays out. This is just optics from what I'm watching, from what I'm seeing. Like Tony, to me, looks like he can do 650 of these type of rounds.
Yeah,
Tony
looks like he could go 12.
Yep. And to me, it looks
Nice
like
right
Sheniell
hand.
is looking for that punch, and there it is. I'd love for him to follow it with a couple more punches. That's such good footwork by Tony.
There's a fight Marling Starling 100 years ago. Fought out of high horns, kept his hands there the whole night, and threw punches from that position. I just would like to see Sheniell throwing some more punches. And I'm a defense guy.
But again, if your defense has to lead to something. It can't just be,
right.
I'm just going to take the punches, you
Right.
know. It's too many singular punches right now for Sheniell, and a lot of really good volume for Tony.
They don't all have to be
Killers.
They could be just a nice light 1-2-1-1 as you get into a position. Just something to get into position. I always tell my guys, punches are a formality.
Yep.
It's where you are positioned is going to determine what you throw. Don't worry about the combo of the day. Don't worry about it's your position's going to dictate what the punch is.
Yep.
And you got to get into position. And not every shot in pool is the break. You can't play pool like that. Just the break every time you get your cue.
Yeah, you need some finesse.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you can't hear him because our headphones are noise canceling, but I can guarantee you that Mark is screaming for more volume in the corner here. It's funny because you're absolutely spot on. Oftentimes when you see orthodox southpaw, your immediate thought is win the foot fight. Sheniell has dominated the foot fight, but the hands aren't coming with them every time.
Right.
So giving Tony the opportunity to lose the foot fight and win the hand fight is just unique. Here goes to orthodox, one punch, and then southpaw.
Goes a punch, orthodox goes right back to southpaw, which is smart. Tony's just fighting a really, just a good fight.
Yeah,
mean,
he's,
look
he's
at-
sticking
look at
to
him.
his script.
Relaxed. Now here,
There
now
we go.
Sheniell, there
But
we
straighten
go.
it. I'd love to see him straighten it a little bit more instead of whipping.
My problem with commentating on a Sheniell fight is I like him so much.
Yeah.
I just like the person he is, and he's a really good fighter. So it's always hard. Like if like this performance, I think Tony's winning this fight, and I think I have Tony up 5-1, and that's hard because of how much I like Sheniell.
I have it a little bit closer, maybe
Okay.
4-2, but I do have Tony ahead right now.
And I would like to see, this is where now you got it's an 8-rounder. Now we really got to pick up that volume. And I know how hard it is to now you have to pick up your volume.
Yeah, when you're at that point in the fight where theoretically this is where stuff starts to slow down and become
Right.
You're in these championship rounds.
And you've got 6 rounds of a relationship that's been built.
Yeah.
Now
You go, I go. This is what you do. This is what I do.
The
It's hard to
relationship's
change.
exactly. And I always think of boxing. You're in a relationship, but you have to be that terrible person in a relationship to win a boxing match.
Story of all my relationships.
Yeah, exactly. Story.
Every relationship's always the terrible one.
That's good, Rico. So yeah. So I like what I see from Sheniell here. He's throwing punches. He's
Yeah, and I think that this volume is or more volume neutralizes Tony a little bit more. It keeps him on his heel rather than his front foot. Or I'd say it keeps him on the brake more than the gas.
Or
I don't know his feet really matter,
it keeps.
That's a good lead-in.
There's something there. There's something he has to worry about. It's not just he gets to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
There's consequences.
Nice right hand.
Whereas before,
it needs something after it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, though.
There haven't been consequences.
Yep. But it's largely because there's big delays there in those moments.
But the delays are, that's
Nice
what
counter.
Sheniell should be jabbing.
Yep. And even like you said, the air punches, just put them out there to make your opponent do something of some sorts at some time.
Barry Robinson, one of my favorite coaches, has a thing: air, gloves, them. You punch at the air, you punch at the gloves, then you can get to them. And that's what you have to travel through anyway.
To me,
And
it
I
looks
like-
like
by the way,
Sheniell is
yes.
there, he just had an energy drink in the corner or something.
Exactly. I'm seeing. I love the energy from Sheniell. Now, this is what I wish came out in round 3.
So I'm curious to know if
Look at that beautiful head movement.
I'm curious if he paced himself too much and he had this there the whole time to waited for the late rounds.
I could
You know
see
what
that
I'm
as a
saying?
possibility. Yes.
Where it's like, man, I've never done 8 before.
Yep.
I got to make sure I get to the 8th.
Yep,
Now I'm
'cause
just late 7th and
this
I'm good to go.
performance is excellent. This is exactly what this is.
But
great.
we talked about in the beginning, if your scorecard is correct, he may be too far behind to just win 2 rounds here to end the
Yeah,
fight.
I think he is. But I think that might be a development and learning moment
Of
for
course,
Sheniell
yeah.
and the corner. But I'm sure Mark has been telling him, like, dude, come on. But this is the fight
I
that
know
he-
for a fact when I give away the first round, it's the first thing that Mark says to me is like, you can't just feel them out. You do have to still win the round because it does get put in the bank when you lose any of those rounds,
Well, that went quickly. This was good. I give this round to Sheniell.
That's definitely a Sheniell round.
This is the Sheniell this is very good.
So now what do we see next here in the final
too.
But I
think-
don't know what the scorecard suggests in that
I
moment.
think it's a foregone conclusion. I think it is right now 5-2.
This is the 8th and final round.
So I don't
Sheniell
even if
defeated
Sheniell
one
wins
of
this
the
round, I
I
don't
think
think
it's
he wins
I
the
think
fight.
it's 4-3, and if he wins this round, he draws out.
Okay.
Unless there's a uneven point total, right?
Right,
Unless he gets a 10-8 or one of the sides gets a 10-8. If Tony were to get a 10-8 here, the fight I think the fight is very handily in his favor.
If Tony gets the 10-8,
If he drops him at some point, yeah. But I don't know that he will. I don't know that that's his game plan to drop him. To be honest with you, I think his game plan is to
I don't
just
think he
touch-
needs
yeah,
to.
is to just point score his way to
Yeah,
victory.
Tony has done.
What Tony should do.
Yeah, Tony has done a really just a brilliant and perfect job for this particular night. He's just he's done great.
But this bouncy version of Sheniell right now
This is the version. Yeah. So he's calling for Tony
Tony's,
to fight.
Tony's smarter than that.
Yeah.
Tony's a tough guy, but he's smarter than that. He's smarter than that, knowing this moment.
Because Sheniell's got the great eraser. One big shot, and again, I don't know.
I want
Tony's
that.
chin.
Yes, keep it straight down the middle.
Yeah, Sheniell's like calling him the fight right in the center of the ring. And you know what? Good on Sheniell. That's smart. I just don't know that Tony's going to oblige.
Tony will oblige, but not right now with 2 minutes left in the round.
Okay.
It would be unintelligent for him to do so.
I think it's unintelligent for him to do so at any point in the last.
That
nice
that
right
caught him.
hand. Tony. So Tony's got great confidence in his own chin.
He's got a hell of a chin. I mean, that shot was landed right on the
That
button.
yeah, and it didn't even seem to faze him. But again, Sheniell's got the great eraser, and he could just really, that one shot, it just erases all the
I
other
know
rounds.
this is counterintuitive to the foot fight, but I'd love for Sheniell to lose the outside foot right now.
And land that.
I'd love for him to just lose it and dive in with that right hand straight as an arrow. But those whipping shots, Tony's been here a million times. He's going to see that from a mile away, these big, wide shots.
Right.
Right, so he's really got to straighten those shots out. An uppercut would be great, nice uppercut. I mean, I feel like you could hit Tony with a bat. It's not going to matter.
Yeah. He's got that kind of head.
Good chin. Yeah, he's got that head that it looks like he opens doors with his head.
Yeah,
like that.
that's
Like
funny.
it's not. It doesn't.
I do like that I haven't seen any headbutts.
Yep. And that's because I think the game plan is for Tony to not be the super aggressor. I think it's for him to be the back foot fighter
Smart game
or
plan.
the range fighter at
Right.
least, and not close the distance too much.
Yeah, smart.
Here comes the clapper.
Again, as a commentator, I don't like that I want Sheniell to win,
I just want.
but I don't have
want
him winning.
I want Sheniell to have that experience that he just had.
Okay.
I don't give a shit if he wins or loses
Okay.
or it's a draw. That's so. And again, right? Like I don't want anybody who
I know what
really
you're
loves
saying.
to win to lose.
Right.
I've lost 4 times now. One of the best things you can do in this sport is have a really challenging experience, whether that comes with a win or a loss, is to just have a challenging experience, and that was what that was.
I got it. Yeah. No,
Now again, who the hell knows how that fight gets scored to the judges? Because
Right.
everybody sees stuff differently. You had it as 5-2 going in.
Yeah, I got it 5-3.
I had it as 4-3 going in, which means we both gave him the last round.
Right.
Which would put my scorecard at 4-4 draw. It would put your scorecard at 5-3 win. It could be a 7-1. It could be a 6-2. Like, who knows? It's so sideways, right? Like, or not sideways. It's just so.
It's so subjective.
It's so subjective.
I do have to say, I love your comment about he makes the madness.
Yeah.
And I think
And so I'll be a little bit. I'll give you a little bit from his last fight.
yeah.
It was messy madness. It was 2 dudes face to face with each other, and not really fighting. They were kind of in the clinch. And in this fight, he made the madness. It wasn't messy. He was calculated in his approach to the chaos.
I gotta say, this is the first time I've seen him fight, and I'm a fan. I really liked everything he did. I thought his performance was great. So for fighters, I think the big takeaways, staying out of range. Just staying right out of range, getting in range when you want. And I originally was looking for more stance switches. I didn't see a bunch.
It was temporary in a lot of moments.
Disciplined, staying southpaw. I gotta say, great fight. I really liked what I saw out of Anthony. I'm a big fan now of Anthony.
Yeah.
So I thought he did great, and I think he won the fight. So
I do think he won the fight. Actually, you know what? I'll stick to my original scorecard. I do think it's a draw, 4-4.
All right, we got $100 on the table.
Yep.
Hey.
Let's hear for both who campaigned for the New England Light Heavyweight Championship.
Jesus, that big. That's a title too.
Yep.
Title and a belt. And this moment I dig.
It's awesome. You don't have to hate someone that hurts a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
Here are your score totals.
All right, here we go.
Judges Mike Zullo and Tiffany Bacon see it 79-73. While Judge Oded Kami sees it 80-72.
Wow.
Your winner by
Shutout.
unanimous decision. And now, the
so.
New England
Yeah.
Light Heavyweight Champion, the Bearded Wonder, Sheniell Rodriguez.
I can understand it. I don't know that I agree with the shutout, but I can understand it. So here's why. Let's be consistent for a second. I found who gone ahead in the last fight as the aggressor, and he lost to a person who spent the majority of the fight on his back foot. If that consistency reigns supreme, then the same methodology can be spent in this one, where the aggressive fighter, the more forward-pushing fighter, lost as the aggressor, and the back foot fighter won in the back foot. I don't know that I agree with the 8-0 shutout. That is a little bit much to me, but I'm really happy for Sheniell Rodriguez.
First of all, I am incredibly happy for Sheniell. I think Sheniell, I really like this man.
Yeah.
I think he's a great guy. I love watching his fights.
And this is the thing, right? Is when, maybe when you have.
Let me say, the one thing I will say, the shutout, absolutely not.
It's not a shutout. It wasn't a shutout.
It is
No, that's
not a shutout.
that's not enough.
Absolutely
That's
not.
not enough respect for what Tony just did.
No.
Now,
And I'm so
when you have
happy.
such a level of respect and expectation for a guy like Sheniell because of what he's done, you tend to call these closer fights in the opponent's favor because we're so used to him doing so well.
All right, for Anthony Andreozzi, ladies and gentlemen.
I know Tony's upset about that one. He didn't up to it.
I gotta say,
Heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Tony got every right to
I guess
get.
it's
I
second
want to
time as
let's
a
run it
charm.
back.
Your last bout didn't go the way you wanted it, ended in a draw. You're still undefeated.
That
but
draw
now
was
you have
such
a
a good
belt.
fight.
Yeah, it was
That
for a
was
title,
What's
too.
going
That
through
was
your mind
a
right
great
now?
fight.
You joined your brother as a New
Oh
England
God, that
champion.
was a really great fight.
Well, I got a lot going through my mind right now. I got a lot of shit going on right now. I was not supposed to be here. A couple of years ago, I wanted to end my fucking. And then I got back into boxing as an outlet, a therapy for me, because I was losing my fucking mind between alcohol abuse, depression, and anxiety. And I fucking hated the man that I became. Now I couldn't be any more proud of the man that I became. With the help of Matt and Mark Nolan, Coach KB, my girlfriend, and my family here. None of this shit would have been possible without any of them here. Matt and Mark opened up their doors to me, did everything they could to get me to this fucking point right here. Obviously, I gotta put in work too, but people don't see the work that the promoters put in. People don't see the work that she puts in at home. Always making sure I'm on top of my game. I've been a mess for the past couple of months. Haven't gotten any sleep. I wake up in the morning, I go to work. After work, I go to the gym, and then I just hang out awake. I can't fall asleep. But like I said, I got a bunch of shit going on right now.
if any of you here have things going on in your mind, whether it's anxiety, depression, even alcohol abuse, whatever it is, you can overcome that shit, you know what I mean? All that shit's temporary. All that shit's temporary. It's all about who you turn into after that, you know what I mean?
Kudos to him to
And
being
if I can have
vulnerable in
one
there.
quick second,
Yeah.
Once again, I want in my own home, basically, this is my home now, I want to fight Kendrick Ball Jr., James Perkins. I want them both. I said it in my last fight when I won. I want these guys. Just answer me, you know what I mean? I'm just a nobody. I got 6 fights, that's all I got. You guys got 5, 6 times the amount of fights I got. Please, give me the opportunity. I need this opportunity, guys.
Well, congratulations once again to the brand new New England Light Heavyweight Champion, the Bearded Wonder, Sheniell Rodriguez.
Congrats to Sheniell.
Sheniell, congratulations, man.
Making himself vulnerable in there, talking about his
See,
overcoming.
like I said, he's a great guy. He's great for the sport. He's great for Boston. He's a great guy.
You know, for those who didn't hear that message over the speaker, it's important to double it down. Sheniell was mentioning his years ago. He had some real serious struggles with depression and anxiety, and
Ladies and gentlemen, we have
wasn't considering his life
your
worth
New
living.
England Heavyweight title coming out.
To watch him in this moment
We'll
is
be right
pretty
back in
special,
5
pretty
minutes.
emotional. That's his friend.